Good Monday morning. Mitzi and I got back Saturday after spending a couple, 2.5 days with the International Conference on Missions. What a wonderful experience that was. And the preaching was excellent. The fellowship was divine. And we just were encouraged at every level. So next year, I'll put a little commercial in. ICOM's in Atlanta, Georgia, but the following year it's in St. Louis, Missouri, so that's not too far away. Anyway, be in prayer for that the programming would continue to pursue the excellence that they have right now. As we're looking at all the displays of various ministries representing missions from all over the United States, all over the world, it struck me that all these people are expending themselves, they're pouring themselves out for the name of Jesus. And as you look around the church gathering on a Sunday morning, you see all these people, some of them with different motives, but most of them are there really only to worship God through Jesus Christ. And it's so sweet to gather with people who have experienced the grace and the mercy of God, or they're pursuing it, and they're recognizing that God is the one that's worthy to be worshiped. Here in 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 16 and 17, the Apostle Paul says, "Don't you realize that all of you together are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God lives in you all? God will destroy anyone who destroys this temple, for God's temple is holy, and you are that temple." Boy, there's some strong language there, almost extreme, where he says, all y'all together. Now, if you live in Texas, that makes good sense to you. All y'all together are the temple of God. Peter talks about us being living stones, being built together into a holy habitation, a holy dwelling place of God himself. Now, later on in 1 Corinthians, we get to chapter 6, he's going to talk to the individual Christians, saying, your individual body is a temple. But here in this place, he's saying, you all together are the temple of the living God. You are the dwelling place of the Almighty, righteous, holy God. Now, when we took our kids to other people's homes, we said it's very important that you mind your manners. Don't jump on their couch. Don't do somersaults on their lazy boy. Don't be running into walls and knocking things off of their coffee table. Treat their home with a great deal of respect. And I think that's what Paul is saying here. Every one of you is a part of God's holy temple. So, if you damage a believer, you're really damaging God's holy temple. If you harm another believer, you're harming God's temple. And who would put graffiti on God's temple? Who would scratch their name in God's temple? Who would break the furniture in God's temple? Nobody would do that. We enter into his temple with a deep sense of reverence. And so when we're worshiping together, when we're doing life together with other believers, it's important that we do not damage them, but rather we can polish them, we can dust them, we can encourage them, we can lift them up, because we know that all of us together are part of God's holy temple. So determine in your heart today that you will do everything within your power to increase the beauty of God's holy temple. And you do that in your own personal life and increasing the beauty in the lives of those around you, encouraging, comforting, helping, bringing hope and joy to the lives of the other people that are also part of God's holy temple. God bless you. He loves you, and we love you too.